nyonso. Papa échouaka jamais. Papa toujours vainqueur. Papa soulagaka boprimé. Papa boyaka injustice. Papa boyaka motema mabe. Papa bien, bien. Papa bien, bien. Balatambe kombina. Balatambe kapelena. Balatambe.
To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolweni, my dear people, this is your queen, Ngningone II of the name, 17th generation crown queen of the Fangs and of the Diasporan Africans, also known as the Immortals. Welcome, welcome back, my dear people, to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. If you're watching me for the first time, Mbolweni, my name is Queen Ngningone II, and I'm the host here at Nubia, the path to return. If you like my vibe, stick around. I promise you, you will learn something. Now to my returning and amazing royals of Africa, welcome back. My dear people, thank you for tuning in for another video with your queen. I would first like to thank each one of you who have taken the time to watch my videos, share them, like, and even comment. Thank you for those of you sending generous donation, love messages, prayers, and so on. May you be blessed and never lack. Okay? My dear children, what are we talking about tonight? Tonight, my lovely people, we are talking about the Negro Kings. Okay? The phenomenon of the Negro Kings and how to deal with them. So first we would talk about how they become a Negro King, and then I will tell you how we need to deal with them, and then I'll bring it back to us individually, how to protect ourselves from falling victim of a Negro King. All right, my dear children, sounds like fun. Let's jump into the heart of the topic. What are the Negro Kings? The Negro Kings are the kings crowned by the European, the puppet kings, okay? So remember, those of you who have been following me in previous videos, I mentioned in there that after the fall of our people, after they murdered, they slaughtered all the kings, all the protectors of the land, the European declared themselves the kingmakers. Okay, so when that happened, they would take a peasant, someone who knows nothing about leadership, nor was born or called to rule. They will make him a chief, right? Yes. So they will grant that one a little privilege. Okay, if everybody else sleeps in the barn, that one gonna have a little hut on their own. They will give, little crumbs like that from their table. The Negro King is the one who will be so satisfied with the master's crumb, The Negro King, he will sell his father's land. He will sell the resources from his fatherland. So he will give them ownership of his fatherland just for them to watch his back while he's pretending to be a king. That's the Negro King. The French people are the one who came up with that. I have to tell you about the sarcasm of our enemies. After they strip you of every honor, every dignity, and your humanity, they're the same one that will start calling you names. They're funny people, I'm telling you. So after they had many of them betray their kings and their people and make them puppet king, Negro King, they started calling them Le Roi Nègre, all right? So this is how they refer to them. Until today, the French people, they refer to their puppet as Le Roi Nègre. The English people, your former master here, they call them the entitled prince. The French people also call them the little prince, because that's what they made of them. So today we are going to talk about these Negro Kings. Share this little video, just watch.
Burkina Faso's transitional military leader Captain Ibrahim Traoré has responded to the failed coup attempt against him in late September 2023 by removing Lieutenant Colonel Evrard Sumda from his position as the Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie. According to a national decree signed by Captain Ibrahim Traoré and issued on Wednesday, October 4, 2023, Lieutenant Colonel Evrard Sumda has been replaced as head of the National Gendarmerie by Lieutenant Colonel Kouagri Natama with immediate effect. This development comes after long-standing rumors of Lieutenant Colonel Evrard Sumda being at the heart of the failed plot to oust Captain Ibrahim Traoré, with some sources speculating that he received as much as 25 billion CFA francs, or roughly $40 million, to betray his country. Fortunately, the coup attempt against Captain Ibrahim Traoré was unsuccessful. After rumors of a possible coup appeared on the night of September 26, pro-Traoré social media accounts posted messages encouraging junta loyalists to go out and protest in favor of Traoré. And on the evening of September 27, 2023, the junta officially revealed that a coup attempt by high-ranking security officers was foiled by intelligence gathered by the Burkina Faso Intelligence Agency, and Evrard Sumda, who was once a highly respected officer, was weakened by the arrest of 4 officers, including 2 of his former close associates, on suspicion of involvement in a plot against state security. The 4 officers arrested were Abdul Aziz Awoba, the commander of the Burkina Faso Special Forces, Lieutenant Colonel Boubacar Keita, director of the Higher Institute of Civil Protection Studies, Lieutenant Colonel Cheikh Hamza Ouattara, commander of the Special Forces of the VDP, and Christophe Mega, deputy commander of VDP Special Forces. Although many official reports out of Burkina Faso exclude the monetary incentive to depose Captain Ibrahim Traoré, many analysts and Pan-Africanists believe it is not far-fetched to assume that those behind the plot to unseat Traoré received a substantial financial package to do so. This is because it is often the case that coups instigated by powerful entities behind the scenes are backed with strong financial and intelligence support, in the hopes of deposing strong leaders so puppet presidents can be installed in their stead. Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, and Patrice Lumumba are excellent examples of exemplary African leaders whose administrations were truncated by coups backed by external powers. The removal of Lieutenant Colonel Evrard Sumda from his position as Chief of Staff in Burkina Faso underscores a recurring phenomenon in African politics where influential figures close to leaders are incentivized to conspire against them. In this case, the failed coup attempt against Captain Ibrahim Traoré exposed the unsettling reality of internal betrayal fueled by alleged financial motives. The swift response of state intelligence to thwart the plot is commendable, as is the continuous support Traoré received from the Burkina Faso people when rumors of the coup surfaced, because it reaffirms the people's trust in Traoré's leadership during a critical juncture in their history. This incident serves as a reminder of the challenges African leaders face in maintaining the loyalty and integrity of their inner circles while striving to lead their nations towards stability and progress.
As you could see in this video showcased the idiots who attempted against our Monkosi, Captain Africa. These fools. As you could see in the video, this is how they make a Negro king. You know, they're the only one who get that logic that a foreigner comes from, God knows which pit of hell they come from. Come and tell them, betray, deliver me your king, your protector on a platter, so I make you king like him. But in the process, you lose all the right to your land. Okay, you're gonna feed off of what I give you, what I allow you to have. These are the Negro kings, these puppet presidents. That's their logic. Okay?
This is a message to Mr. Uncle Sam again. Mr. Uncle Sam, like I told you, you give 100 million, now you give another 100 million Why are you investing so much money on this Kenyan? You could invest that money in my police force, in my military that I have, that could rule and fight against the criminals. You don't want that. You want to rule, you want to control, you want to destroy my people, right? You try everything in Mali, Burkina Faso, and other places in Africa. They stood up to your corruption. They stood up to your fake system. But now, they don't want to deal with your fucking bullshit. They don't want to deal with your corruption. You guys are criminals. You have no democracy. Democracy to you is killing black people. Guys, let me tell you something, Mr. Uncle Sam. If there's a way, there's a will. A small country will stop you. My ancestors will deal with you, Mr. Uncle Sam. Leave us the fuck alone. You destroy everything that we have. Now you want to kill us with your own puppets. You want to destroy this black race. We were the first black race on earth, and we'll be the last. Uncle Sam, trust me on that. I know what I'm saying to you. I deserve to get killed. I know you have your puppets. They're going to want to kill me. I don't give a fuck if they kill me right now. I'm fighting for my country. I'm fighting for the black race. You see my lithium, my uranium, my oil, my gold that you want to take? You took so much already, you want to take the rest and leave us dry, right? You see what happened to you in New York? You did it. 9/11, World Trade Center. You killed your own people for your own goods. You try to make everybody come to the U.S. like it's a free land. Hell fucking no. You're the most devious country in the world. Leave Haiti alone, bro. Leave us alone. Do you what you call your Kenyans and the rest of your fucking guys that's coming to Haiti? You guys gonna go back in the body bag. Because when we get our head together, which you don't want to, we will destroy you all. All of us, we get our head together. We will fight against your corruption, your devil.
So, my dear children, I'm going to ask you a question. Name a country, a nation, a kingdom, I don't know, wherever in the world, a black country, a black kingdom, a black nation, owned and ruled by black people, where they live in complete freedom and ownership of their resources. Name that country, please do. Your queen is waiting. Don't have me wait all night. Such country does not exist. Do you know why? Because us, the black people, the African people, and all their descendants, we are stricken, we are operating under two major curses. Okay? In a previous video, we covered the curse of division that we got from our polygamous homes, and how our mothers, our mothers thought it was a good idea to raise the future leaders of our kingdoms as rivals in their homes. So yes, it made us view each other so different just because we were from a different mom. We covered that, the curse of division. Knowing that we are one. What makes us us is our oneness. I explained how Tatanzambe, the God of our ancestors, operate when it comes to us. What does he do? For the good deeds of one, the entire bloodline is increased, is blessed. And for the wrongdoing of one, an entire bloodline will pay. When I tell you about our oneness, it's not just a joke. You have to understand our spiritual composition. Okay, my children, If our people know better, they will do better. That's what I believe in. So let's continue. So us being under the curse of division makes us to view each other different. And the enemy has studied us. They know that the African people unity is kryptonite, those to their so-called supremacy. They know that. So what do? As you know, rightfully so, when you're at war with people, you exploit their weaknesses, and that's what they've been doing. Okay, no shade and no bad blood. War is war. They pointed out our weaknesses, so they've been exploiting it. So not only that, the fact that we are under the curse of division, we can see eye to eye. We are the only breed of people who will stay divided even when facing existential threat. The enemy has unlimited supplies of rat. They have families with whom they work, from father to son to grandson, etc. They have that because our people were beaten into their religions, who brainwash them about who they are. So they don't even know that at this point, the enemy doesn't even need to lift his finger. We do to ourselves because we curse ourselves. Remember, in a previous video, we covered our godly nature. Being the chosen people of God, it means what? We are God's apple of his eye. There's a huge, immense, huge protection around us. You know, all the laws of the universe come to full effect when it comes to us because of that. Tata Nzambe created us in his image. So therefore, we are not jokes. And he gave us free will. So it's simple with Tata Nzambe. You do good deeds, you spread love, you spread light, no hatred, you uplift each other, you live in the oneness, okay, culture. He gives you all the desire of your heart. You know, he gave us everything. We are supernatural. These scientists are finding out that we have, you know, supernatural abilities that the other races don't have. So as you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. So you have to bet that attached to us are strict and rigid laws. So to whom much is given, much is expected. We are supposed to be Tata Nzambe ambassador on earth. We are supposed to be the one to teach the rest civilization how to live like man, because they're human, we mankind. Okay? We're the one to teach them the ways of our Creator, the God of the universe and the God of our ancestors. We were the one to do that job, but what happened? We got distracted. They bring little distraction, little toys, and we want to trade it for the real thing. And when we got distracted, we started doing just whatever. We forgot who we were in the tree of life of Nzambe. So as a result of our disobedience, we have fallen from such a powerful throne. And now the time has come for us to rise from the dust where we have fallen. So now we have to deal with the phenomenon of the Negro king, le roi nègre. He's the one who chose to be a tenant in his own house. He chose to be a thief in his own house, le roi nègre. Those of you who have a problem, me talking about the matters of the houses of my fathers, take it up to Nzambe, the God of my ancestors. He's the one who gave me the license to speak up for the voiceless. So they took peasants. The European told them, we are now the kingmakers. And by the way, your territory is now under British or French or Portuguese. So there's no more kings, they're only chiefs. The Lelo. They were happy because all their life they've been sitting there in jealousy and envy of those who were born to rule. Those who didn't hesitate to run through bullets for their people. They wanted their seat. So now they are made kings by their new masters. They can't speak. They're not born to speak. They're not made to speak. They can't even man up. You see these puppets around their masters, how they shake. They really take them for gods. And these are the ones they love. The more ignorant, oh man, our former masters, the French, they would take the butler and make him the president of a whole country. The more ignorant you are, the more they will love you. So that's what we're dealing with, my children. The phenomenon of the Negro king. But my dear children, I'm here to tell you, do not envy these Negro kings. Remember our previous lesson, what did we cover? Anything we do, there's either an increase or a blessing attached to it, down to our entire bloodline, or there's a curse attached to it. These Negro kings, these Roi Negre, they are the bearer of a very terrible curse. Is worse than the curse of division, that one. My grandfather told me. My grandfather told me, observe them. They are covered with the curse of treachery. They are traitors. Okay? So, Tatan Zambe said, anybody who betray, once you become a traitor, you betray your brothers, you betray your sisters, you betray your homeland, you betray. The curse of treachery falls upon you, and forever you shall take your enemies for friends and your friends for enemies. That's the curse of treachery. You see these individuals in their waking life. What do? Anybody who mean well for them, they fight. They sabotage them. They go toe-to-toe with them. They treat them really like the enemy. It's a curse. It means that somebody, either themselves or their ancestors, somebody betrayed people. I mean, this is serious betrayal. Sold people. I mean, betray things that cause serious consequences, serious downfall to our people. You will see the people, they fumble anything good in their lives, and they are attracted to anybody that will manipulate them, that will mislead them, that will just BS them and eventually destroy them. It's a curse. My grandfather told me it's the curse of treachery. They like that. They attract their enemies under disguise of friends, and you will see them, they will be there and they won't dare move. It's their karma. Don't feel sorry for them. Even those of you who meant well for people and then they turn around and they try the worst on you, you have to understand who they are. They are under that curse. They are operating under the curse of treachery. And the curse of treachery, the curse, like we say, la malédiction de la trahison, it's like that. They attract the toxic partners. If anybody ever battle them, they're going to suffer great fall. They're just like that. And these lineages are marked for extinction. What does it mean? It means that that bloodline is bound to disappear somewhere in history. If it's not just violent accident or, you know, just strange death like that, generation after generation, they lose people and they lose, you know, their brain. They just don't lose the loser of the family. No, they lose their brain, because when Tatan Zambe's angel come to collect, they would take the best, or the so-called best they had there. They can't have anything really good there. Let's not forget. So you will see many people operate under that curse. Anything good, any God sent help, they will fumble, they will deny it, they will fight it, it's like a demon comes over them. They will always be tied to other demons who bind them. Don't feel sorry for everybody, my dear children. And you will see, they're never able to pass down the wealth. All these puppets, all these Negro king, all these Roi Negre. Let me drop a few names. Mobutu Sese Seko, a thief of destiny. He stole Patrice Lumumba's destiny. All right, Patrice Lumumba went to war against the Belgium for independence, and he was sitting there ready to be made a puppet. And then he copied Lumumba in everything, even the leopard hat he was wearing. That was Lumumba because he was of royal lineage. That's what we rock in our head. Destiny thieves around us, because the European told them that they are the kingmakers. And of course, they're brainwashing their stupid Christianity religion that tell them you can sin as much as you want. Just go and say your confession and confess your sin to God. You should be. So they think that it goes impunity. No. When you observe these people who have betrayed their country, their homeland, their people, who have betrayed our lions, they are marked for extinction. Mobutu, where are his kids? The minute their father died, and if the father is pushed out of office, so that's it. They are so cursed that with all the money they stole, you will never find any of them running a prosperous business. They don't have that blessing. What can they attract? Remember in a previous video, I told you that you can only manifest in your waking life what you have already built up in the spiritual realm. These people are so empty. They are marked for extinction. The number one thing when a bloodline is marked for extinction, you will see their inability to produce male children. Because as you know, for us, the Bantu, the lineage is determined by the father. That's why, for example, you ladies, when you try to find your ancestry, your paternal, you have to have your brother swipe because of that. The lineage is, you know, he's the sky who reigns on the earth for us to come about. So the lineage belongs to them. When the lineage is marked for extinction, they die strangely. Like look at the Kennedy. A curse. Yes, it's a curse. It seemed like anybody who rose against them just seemed to find them and get them. It's like no divine protection at all whatsoever. So I used to wonder, like, wow, Kennedy is so loved by black people in America and blah, blah. How could his lineage just go like that? Until one day I had an interesting conversation with one of my nail technicians, a Vietnamese, who told me that Kennedy basically murdered a lion and then sunk the country into what became the Vietnam War. So you never know. And worse again, depending on the rank of the person you murder, I mean, your lineage is bound to be wiped out. But their Christianity made us forget about all these things. I'm telling you, my children, they made us believe that, oh, by just whatever. That's why the vicious cycle never ends, because many of us have lost touch with who we truly are. That's why we're going through what we're going through, because many of us have truly lost track of the God's people we are and what is attached to us. So when you see these guys, they steal all this money that usually they go and hide in Europe or in America somewhere, because every thief, they can't keep whatever they stole in their house. They have to go and, you know, hide it offside. And you know what the masters do? When they fall out of grace or when they die, all the money, the billions of dollars, they go and hide there, stay there. The masters confiscate it. Just like is the case with the Bongo estate. You know, they have confiscated about a totaling 42 million euro in real estate that the French government is now claiming that they're going to claim it and turn it into social housing. They know it was used with Gabonese money. They should return it to the country. No, they're going to confiscate it. Teach them right. The master, I mean, he keeps everything. This is how they make us homeless. This is how they make us hungry, barefoot, and homeless. This is how they sell us out. So these post-colonial agreements, like we covered in a previous video, you know, it gives them about 75% of the right, 75 to 80% at time of the natural resources. So they have to have a puppet who say, yes, yes, master, yes, I sell you the land of my ancestor. Do of it what you wish and just give me what you want. Yes. So through their currency, the CFA, this is how they control everything. So we have Roi Negro, Negro King. Our people call them Anongomas, idiots. We also call them Nyamas. animals, because only an animal will agree to such things. They want to be king, but they're not born to be king. So some of them, after they sell out, they shed the blood of a lion and sit on the lion throne. Sometimes they become too much of themselves, and then they want to bark at their masters. But they're not born to roar, they bark. Okay, puppet barks, lion roar. Is the big difference.
Africans, recently there is a new marathon rule that is creating medals specifically for the non-East African winners as a method of segregation of the East Africans after complaints by Europeans that their runners stand no chance as long as Africans from specifically Ethiopia and Kenya are involved. A Russian gymnast coach also want the rules changed after Simone Biles has won 6 consecutive times. The active segregation of people of African descent by people of European descent has been an historical menace for the longest time, and if we are not careful as Africans, history is bound to repeat itself. Soon as history goes, you will hear that only non-East African winners are eligible for prizes at the Olympics. Why am I saying this? As Africans, you must know and actively teach your children that black excellence, not just in sports, but also in entertainment, architecture, science, mathematics, agriculture, metallurgy, has always been the threat to colonial mediocrity. And segregation throughout history was specifically created to keep black excellence buried in order to preserve and protect white fragility. Therefore, the solution is not inside us begging to be included in these platforms, but rather, as Barbara and Tia said, we must begin building cultural centers where we can enjoy being free, open, and black, where we can find out how talented we really are, where we can be what we were born to be and not what we were brainwashed to be, where we can literally blow our minds with our blackness.
So you could even see today, now we have access to partners who can help us equip our countries, like our Captain Africa is doing in Burkina Faso, Monkosi Ibrahim Traoré.
Our Captain Africa, Ibrahim Traoré, is a man of his word. In July, there was an Africa-Russia summit that happened in Moscow, and during that summit, our Captain Ibrahim Traoré made a request, okay, to the president of Russia, saying, hey, my people don't have electricity. Only 21% of people in Burkina Faso have access to electricity. So he proposed for Russia to partner with Burkina Faso and create a nuclear power plant that will fix this issue, okay? As a result, this past Friday, Burkina Faso and the Russian company Rosatom signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, for construction of a nuclear power plant in the landlocked Sahel West African state. This nuclear power plant will enable the country to meet its energy needs. This deal is part of Burkina Faso's target to achieve 95% electricity access for its urban areas and 50% for its rural areas by 2030. Period, Captain Africa. Period. Yes.
His Excellency and Honorable, Assimi Goïta and Chiani, they are arming their country. We have the opportunity, the possibility to do that. We have the possibility to stand as men, but we have these nigger kings. Okay. And another thing you will notice, they claim, oh, democracy, but before you know it, a president gonna sit there for life and even bring his children and start grooming his grandchildren. So as you could see, they're fooling the world with that nonsense. Democracy nonsense is to give the opportunity to different thieves to come and drain us and make us poor and make us homeless and make us vagabond. Some of them have the audacity to sell our lands to foreign nations. You have to know who the enemies of Africa are. You have to know how they operate so that you don't fall prey one day.
It is the application, not the knowledge, that the truth becomes a part of you. May you please bow your heads. I pledge allegiance to my ancestors, my people, and Africa, Ikuzuba, the empire of the sun. I ask in your favor, may the ancestors locate you. We are Amandla. Awethu. Thokoza bogogo nabomkhulu. Tsamaka.